Hey guys, welcome to the 5th lesson of Alpine JS. In this lesson, we want to talk about Directive. If you remember, in previous lesson, I gave some examples about this directive, and in this lesson, I want to explain it in detail. As I mentioned, Directive runs a function when an event exists. For example, I have a button, I say when I clicked on this button, run a function like toggle. As I mentioned in the last lesson, you can write onClick equals to toggle. It has a simple syntax. First, you should write : event name equals to toggle. It may be JavaScript codes or maybe a function and we can give value to it. And it doesn't make sense. Instead of I can use its sign and our code will be shorter. The next point is that in JavaScript, there is an object named event. When you run an event for an element, the event runs some operations and the data is an attribute for our target element that is selected. In Alpine JS, we can use the event. For example, here I say alert a message for me, and the message is hello. I want to alert the attribute when the button is clicked. I say event.find the target and get attribute. The attribute is message. Go to find message and show it to me in shape of an alert. If I refresh the page, you will see that when I click on the button, it shows hello based on JavaScript event. In addition, we can pass event to JavaScript functions. Let me delete this part of code. Assume that we have a function named showHello. And here I define it, function showHello. And here we have event. Now here, console.log, event, target.getAttribute, and the attribute value that is equal to message. Now if I refresh the page, you will see that when I click on the button, show or hello function will be run for me, an event will be passed to the function, and I see the message in console. Well, I refresh the page, and when I click on the button, hello will be shown here. So we can access event in JavaScript, or we can pass it to a JavaScript function. Instead of click, we can also use change. It means when an input is changing, something special happens. Well, I delete these lines. Now let's create an example. From now on, instead of show hello, I write alert, and here I write hello. Instead of onClick, as I mentioned in first lesson, you can go to Settings, Plugins tab, and install Alpine JS support. And when I write you will see a lot of events here. Here I want to use onChange. I say when something has changed, show hello to me. I delete all of these inputs and buttons. So I write another input here. Because input will create a change. When text changes, show alert hello. Okay, when I write something here, it will show hello to me because the text is changed. You see that with every change it will show me the message. So you learn change event, and also we talked about click in previous lessons. I will explain another event. If I had time, at the end of the course I will explain all of the events, and if not, you can find them. The next event is copy. It means when you write a text at input and copy it, hello will be shown. Instead of you can use its sign. Well, if I write a text here and when I copy that, the message will be shown. Alright, the next part is about keyboard events that have their own usage, and we will explain some examples about it. Now here, key up. It shows me key up. Also key down. Doesn't matter. The difference between key up and key down is that when you push a key, key down will be run. And when you release a key, key up will be run. So here I say when I release the control button, show me hello. So I refresh the page, I click on input button, and when I release the control button, the message will be shown. Now assume that we want to show the message when the shift and control buttons are pushed together. Instead of key up, I have key down, control, shift. It means when I push control and shift together, hello will be shown. So if I choose my input, there is no message, but when I push control and shift together, the message will be shown. In addition, you can use other buttons. Instead of control and shift, I use K button. Now I refresh the page, and when I type K at the input, the message will be shown. Some of the keys are 2 or 3 parts, like page up and page down. For these keys, you should use kebab case. For example, for page down, you should write it with small letters and use the hyphen between the words. For example, here page down, it will be like this. If I refresh the page and I choose this element, the message will be shown. For some special keys like dot, there is another instruction. You should use period. Now let's try this. If I refresh the page and press the dot button, the message will be here. Or for equivalent, you can use equal, and here, after reloading the page and type equal symbol, the message will be shown. For more information, you can visit Alpine.js website, and in documentation part, all of them are explained in detail. So we have special keys like Alt, Shift, Enter, Escape, etc. and typical keys like words, and some keys that are 2 or 3 parts, like page up and page down that we explained. For another keys like equal and dot, you should use period. Alright, we learned how to run Alpine.js functions using onDirective so far. But somehow, we have some events that their name are not default, and we should choose another name for them. For example, on show, message, alert hello world. Please note that when you want to create a custom event, you should use kebab case and use hyphen between the words. So I have an event called show message, and it shows me hello world. Now I delete input and instead I create a button, show hello world. I want my event to be loaded when I clicked on the button. So easily, on click $.event, target.dispatch event, new custom event, and here show message. And here bubbles equals to true. With this instruction, we can create a custom event using Alpine.js and call the message. So, if I click on Show Hello World, my custom event will initiate it and the message will be shown. This code may be public, and Alpine.js gives us a shorter code, named $dispatch, and I can put my event's name inside it and the code will be summarized. I refresh the page, and as you see it actually works, and we have shorter codes. $dispatch is a magic property for Alpine.js and has good options for us. In next lessons we will talk about magic properties. And one of them is $dispatch that will be explained in detail. The next point in onDirective is modifiers. Assume that we have a form and when we clicked on submit button, something happened, but the page not be reloaded. Actually, the data shouldn't be sent to the server. For this purpose, we have some modifiers like prevent, and I will explain them in next lesson. So our next lesson will be about modifiers. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. See you next time.